All right, welcome back to another episode of Hot Ones with your Student Union Board of Directors. I'm your host, as always, the Outreach Director, Balin Tucker. Today, I have Lillie with me, one of our programming chairs, and we're going to go ahead and get right into it. Before we do, go ahead and introduce yourself, name, year, major, and what you do with us.
My name is Lillie Zimmerman. I'm a junior in mechanical engineering, and I'm a programming chair, so I plan a lot of fun, freaky events like Stuff a Plush.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and get right into the first one. Our garlic habanero here.
Oh my gosh, this chicken debreaded itself.
Cheers. So, tell me about how you ended up joining SUB and why.
So, Sydney and I were on STUCO together last year, and she kind of forced me into joining SUB. I did it willingly, and then she told me I had to plan a bunch of fun events, but I've enjoyed it so far.
So, what did you do with STUCO first before coming over to SUB?
So originally I was our academic resources lead, and now I'm our vice president of engagement and outreach. So my job is kind of focusing on promoting different things around campus and trying to bring the campus more together, and SUB helps out a lot with that because we're planning fun events for the students.
All right. So we'll go ahead and get into our second one. Karma sauce liftoff.
What is this chicken?
Oh yeah. I just got right into it. I'm in the zone right now.
What is this chicken? That piece was falling apart, I'm not gonna lie. I'm judging.
So, tell me a little bit more about what you're doing with STUCO as Vice President of Engagement. What does that really entail?
So a lot of big things that I focus on is reaching out to people, trying to get people involved in student council, and trying to recruit more people to make changes on our campus. Right now, we're working on trying to implement a 24-hour library.
Yeah, I remember that. That was a thing at one point.
Which will really help students out. I mean, I'm a Mechie, so I have 24-hour access to Toomey. But like for everybody else, I guess, the 24-hour library would be nice.
Yeah, it was really nice when it was a thing. It went away my sophomore year or something like that.
I remember coming in and hearing about it, and then trying to go to the library at 1 a.m. and then they told me it was closed, and I got sad.
Yeah, it really is too bad. It was really nice. All right, we'll go ahead and get into number 3. This is our pickled garlic sriracha sauce. All right, cheers.
I'm just gonna eat all of that.
So, tell me a little bit more about some of your first exposure to SUB events. You joined recently in your junior year. So, how about back before then? How did you interact with us before?
So, obviously, Pat's concert, that was a big exposure to the Student Union Board because I volunteered at that. And originally, my tiny freshman brain, I thought it was just Pat's putting that on, but finding out there was there was a whole other org that was helping put it on. That was my first big exposure, and realizing we could be put on other things like the comedians and other concerts. Those were also really big. And then I wanted to plan fun events, so I joined.
Yeah, so I guess that's my next question is what have you planned and what do you have coming up?
So I have nothing coming up. All my events are officially done. So now I have to start planning for next semester, which Stuff a Plush is coming back. Yeah. Hopefully we'll get more this time.
That's a popular one.
That's a very popular one.
That one gets wiped out really fast.
Yes.
It always does.
I mean, we had some very good options. Leonardo da Vinci. We had a Triceratops. We had Creamsicle the Tabby Cat. We had a cow. There were so many good options. Stanley the Stingray was the first one to go. I really wish I got one.
That's the one I got.
Yeah, I wish I got Stanley. He was pretty cute.
In our episode with the president, which I don't actually know what the release order of this is, but in the episode with our president, we have our Triceratops here. So you can see kind of what that looks like.
Mine's at home, so I don't love him enough, apparently.
So I guess with that, do you kind of prefer those smaller events? Those things that people can just take a little piece out of their day out of to grab something and take home with them? Yeah,
those are the events I for sure prefer because I have a really busy schedule. So I understand where people are coming from, where they only have like maybe 5-10 minutes in between classes to go and grab something, and they wouldn't, per se, have the time of like 30 minutes to sit down and actually make something or take more time out of their day to go to an event. So I like the small events personally because that's what I would go to as well.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Everyone needs like a 30-minute break every now and then
Oh yeah.
to go do something a little bit more fun. All right. So next up, we have number 4. This one, so far, everyone's kind of agreed it's the best one. Let's see if you do. Here's.
I didn't get, there was like nothing on that. I don't agree with everybody.
No, you don't think so?
No.
I like the lime on that one. That one's good.
I don't like lime, so that's probably why.
So, with what you're doing in STUCO, how did it feel joining another member of this kind of student involvement suite that we're in a fairly different role? How was that kind of transition?
Honestly, I'm very involved on campus. So kind of picking up different roles I'm used to it because no one of my org's roles is the same actually. So when I joined this organization and I got a different role that I'm not used to, I enjoyed the challenge because it's something you have to completely learn how to do. Like I'd never filled out purchase requests. I'd never been given a buttload of money to go to Walmart and have to shop for people. But I enjoyed kind of learning the ropes of it and trying to figure out what I can do.
Yeah, I've had a little bit of a different experience. The position I'm in, outreach, was created when I came onto the board. A lot of my experience all comes from recruitment for various different organizations on campus. So I've kind of found my niche and stuck to it. But it's definitely cool, like being able to bounce around and say, I'm going to do this time and see what it looks like over here.
I like challenging myself. I like to learn. I am always driven by new experiences. So I like not doing the same thing because I feel like if I did the same thing, I would get too used to it. And I feel like everything would get I'd start doing the same things and everywhere. And I feel like that'd be boring.
That's fair. All right, we'll go on to number 5. Excuse me. This is our Rojo sauce. Here's.
Oh, my glove. Trying to eat my glove over here.
So, can you tell me a little bit more about some of your other involvement outside of STUCO, and so what else do you do on campus?
So, I'm also involved in fraternity and sorority life, both with my individual sorority and with the National Panhellenic Conference. I am involved as the now SWE Next Chair for SWE, and I am an ambassador for my department and a TA, which those are my favorite because I love my degree. I love my department. I'm very biased. I think mechanical engineering is the best degree. Just saying, guys.
What class do you TA for?
Intro to manufacturing. So I like machines a lot. I like manual mills, CNCs, drill presses, just like learning all about them and seeing what you can make with just a simple machine is my favorite thing in the world.
Right on. And what was that with SWE?
I'm the SWE Next Chair. So we promote SWE Next, which is a pretty much SWE, but on the high school and below level. And we're trying to set up programs in neighboring schools.
Okay.
So like Rowell High School, St. James, Salem, all those schools around us.
Yeah, kind of pushing girls towards engineering, opening it as an option.
Not even just girls, just anybody into engineering, because the only reason I got into engineering was because I took an engineering class just out of the blue because my dad went to this school and he was always like, you should take engineering. And then I finally decided to my junior year of high school. And now here I am, 2 years into mechanical.
All right. So next up, we have our volcano sauce. It'll be number 6. I'm sorry.
Wow.
So with that, being a junior, a little over that halfway mark, what do you think you'd like to spend the rest of your college career doing? Staying involved here?
Aerospace manufacturing.
Okay. What does that look like?
But that's what I want to do with the rest of my life. But here in school, I don't know yet. I'm kind of just like going about life,
Mhm.
Are
there any like specific orgs that you're like, oh, this seems really cool? If I have some time, I'm gonna check them out.
No, not really right now. I do scroll through MinorLink and I'm like, oh, that'd be cool to attend. And then I look at my Outlook calendar and then say, well, I'm not attending anything. So.
Well, if you found yourself with more time on your hands, what do you think?
I would definitely check out other organizations, mainly because, again, I like to learn, so I like to learn more about how other organizations work. And I definitely want to do more stuff in my major, because I feel like a lot of my experience is outside of my major, and I want to start getting more like into departmental organizations and design teams.
Okay. Yeah, because for me, like I'm in my senior year, I graduate this semester. So when I joined SUB last semester, the main idea behind it was, well, anything better to do. I got to fill up my schedule. Like I can't let it be empty, because if my schedule is full, then I'm productive. If it's got too much of a gap, then like my whole day will fall apart.
Literally, you want to take a nap all the time. I get that, because I do. That's why I'm so busy, but I still want to take a nap.
We got number 7 next, the Butterfly Bakery Hot House.
Yeah.
All right, starting to get into some real heat here.
With the white, it looks like the chicken is raw.
Yeah.
Every time I take
I've noticed that. I've been noticing that like every single time with like the red and the white lighting, the chicken always looks pink, and some of the sauces look like they're not on there. I'll take a bite and I'll be like, oh my god, that thing is covered in sauce.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been sketching me out a little bit lately, but
no, we're just built different in eating raw chicken.
That's true.
For the fans.
Okay. So I guess I'm gonna flip it a little bit.
Oh.
And say, do you have any questions for me?
I never have questions for people. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what a good question would be.
All good. We'll go ahead and get into number 8 then with the bomb. I like showing people the bomb. This one's got the nuke on it with my favorite warning on the back.
Keep out of children.
Yeah, keep away from children. Start with 1 drop at a time.
I don't think you started with 1 drop.
I did not.
He's not listening to the label, guys.
So, I guess, what do you have any plans for what you'd like to do with SUB in the future? You're a programming chair now, but we have some vacancies coming up. Our vice president will be graduating.
Can't believe
Light
him.
and Sound, Outreach, another one of our programming chairs, and then before long, we'll have quite a few vacancies open. So would you see yourself wanting to move into one of those roles?
Well, first off, I think all those people just need to stay for their masters.
No.
I think they just need to lock in and stay for their masters, I'll be gone in 2 years, guys. Just stay for your masters. Let me graduate, and then you guys can leave too. We'll just make it a huge graduation party. I don't know. I'm always eager to take more responsibility. So I could see myself eventually. I'm also probably taking a co-op. So that kind of throws a damper in plans.
That does kind of throw a monkey wrench into things a little bit. All right. So we're to get into number 9 now. That's the Sicilian Scorpion.
That light is right in my eye.
Yeah, it's very bright. All right. Ready?
Oh.
You have one on your There you go. So as someone who is really involved in campus, what would you say to people who are wanting to get more involved or aren't sure where to start?
Just attend. Typically, most organizations have general body meetings. Find when those general body meetings are and just attend them. I got in. I got in. They're friends. That's how I joined all my orgs. I joined STUCO because at the time, someone I was really close to was a vice president. And she kind of just convinced me to join, and now here I am as a vice president in her same exact role.
Nice. All right. So excuse me, the last question is, what do you think the mission statement and goal of SUB is? Now, take a second to answer. We're going to do the last dab of the experience here. Just dab a little bit on there, take a bite, and then answer.
Okay. So much pressure. I feel like I'll just like glob everything on the plate. Okay.
That's enough. Yeah, starting to catch up a little bit. Yeah.
It doesn't help that I'm sick, so.
Yeah, my sinuses have never been so clear.
Oh, mission statement is SUB.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking about how sweet that hot sauce is. I'm gonna be honest. Like, why is it so sweet?
So it can trick you. So it can trick you. Like that. Oh.
Mission statement is SUB. I think SUB's overarching goal is kind of just to create a very fun environment on campus for students. Because our campus is really sad. It's very sad. And kind of just creating this, like, these fun events, these cool things to look forward to, because we always need something to look forward to, and so we do the fun stuff, because we really do. And I feel like we show that with, like, all our different events, like getting stuffed animals. Those can make your day better. We just did intention bracelets, and throughout all the intention bracelets, we kept telling people to take out their anger on their exams, because it's exam week. So, yeah, I think that's what I see SUB as, is a group of people trying to make the campus a better place and more fun.
All right. Now, before we wrap up, is there any last remarks you'd like to say?
No.
All right. Well, this is another episode of Hot Ones with the SUB Directors. Hope you had a good time. I've been your host as always, Balin Tucker, the Outreach Director, here with Lillie, one of our programming chairs. I hope to see you in the next one.